me today? Good, good, good. I'm good, thank you as well for asking. Really appreciate it. Apologies, I was just finishing up a little bit of notes here from the previous client, and I just was a little bit behind there, so apologies for that. Okay, so I just want you to take a little seat there. No problem, take a little seat. I'll be right with you. Okay. Brilliant. So, let me just remove this. We've made it back up, so it's no problem. Oh, there's a lot to remove. Okay. Almost there. Almost. There we go. Okay. Thank you for your patience. So, yes. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. So, no, I've been doing this for around 4 years, I would say. And in that time, we've had a lot of successful clients. We've had a lot of happy customers, a lot of happy people. Yeah. Okay, no problem at all. So I just really wanted to summarize the services that we offer and the purpose of today's meeting. So we're really just trying to establish an understanding of who you are, what it is that you're looking for, and how we can help you in the process. So what is it that we can do? What is it that we can do? Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. So can I also just confirm then with the first question that we have, which is really about understanding your skills. So can you tell me your top 3 skills? Your top 3 skills? No worries, that they're doing work outside, so it's expected. No worries, and we can repeat if we need to. Okay, that's a good one to have. A lot of people need that. And okay, brilliant, fantastic. So that's really, really good. That's exactly what we're looking for. That helps you 100% from the offset. So that's brilliant. And what would you say are your 3 most difficult challenges to overcome? So what would you highlight as something that you want to improve, or something that you haven't yet experienced but would like to? Okay. Brilliant. Yeah. Okay, we can definitely help with that, so that's no problem. We can definitely help with that. Let me just check. I'm gonna have to talk to them about updating this because it really is just not the easiest thing to do. Okay, have you ever been to Career Advisor before? Okay, so you don't know what to expect. Well, these things kind of organically manifest, so we may start somewhere and end up somewhere completely different. It's just the joys of exploring. So, okay. Let me just get that saved. Alright. This is actually really, really good because it's giving us some information that we need to continue. So this will be very useful for later stages. Okay. Alright. So today's session, as I mentioned, we're just establishing the basics, and we will have some advice and guidance to give you for upcoming interviews that we may find in place for you. So we'll start with very basic advice, and from there we will move on to more strategic and more cherry picking what it is that we should focus on moving forward. If we're very lucky and very successful, you may not need to have many sessions with us at all. It may be more of just retraining your brain, your thinking, and helping you kind of adjust and relax a little bit better so that we can find more opportunities for you. If there are no real restrictions that we need to take off, we can, of course, give you the options and connect you with meaningful opportunities. Okay. Yeah, that's brilliant. So we're not just about finding the opportunity, we also want to retrain your mind and your mindset so that it is more employable in a way. So that's brilliant. I can tell already that you're very receptive and very open to suggestions, and you're not just limited by one approach, which is exactly what we're looking for, exactly what employers are looking for. So you have nothing to worry about there. Brilliant. Okay, let me just move this over and we'll start with taking your name, please. Okay, brilliant. And the address that we have, can you please give me that? Okay, I actually know that area, yes. So you're not too far away from this office. Oh, okay, perfect. All right. And can I please also take your telephone number? Okay, brilliant. Thank you. So that takes that and ticks the boxes here. Okay. All right, and then can we also take an emergency contact name, just in case? Okay. And a telephone number, if possible. Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, so that answers this, and checking a few boxes here. There's a few things there we don't really need to go into. So, do you have a copy of your CV? Do you need help building one? Okay, no problem. So we can work on CV building as well, that's no problem. We can add that to the tasks that we need to do. And when it comes to your background and your education, can you please give me a little bit of an overview there? Okay. And how many years? Okay. And your interests when it comes to your what it is that you're looking for, or do you have a specific role in mind? Do you have specific goals, or are you open, flexible, looking to see options? Okay. Brilliant. That helps me because we can then explore a few different opportunities and not be so restricted. So that's brilliant. And when it comes to your skill set then, what would you really highlight as your top skills? Let's say your top 3 skills that you would say. Okay. Yes, that's a good one to have. Okay. And the 3rd. Okay, brilliant. And when it comes to challenges then, so what has been your experience What have you observed? Have you been looking for long? What made you come here? Okay. Yeah, it is a very challenging market and current climate that we're in. I completely agree. Let me just pull in these notes and we will get started. And preparing for interview. Okay. What do we have here? So the STAR method, as we said before. The STAR method helps you to answer interview questions fully, look through examples. Using this method, we come up with a scenario, our understanding of the scenario, the actions we took, and the result, how we ended that. What was the outcome? So, remember STAR. STAR is going to be your key takeaway for succeeding. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and look at getting ready for the assessment. So remember that the employer is looking to see how you work with other people, how you deal with problems, and communicate and contribute to the team. If you're being asked to present or take part in an assessment centre, it's important that you understand the instructions and guidelines very carefully. So researching the employer, understanding what they do, that could be what they're looking for. They're looking for you to get a general understanding of what it is that they do, and is it something that aligns with yourself. So on the day of interview, the most important tip is to be yourself. Being nervous, being anxious, it's completely normal, it's completely expected. You want to give yourself plenty of time to arrive. You want to turn off your phone so you're not distracted. Check your internet and connection is working for your interview. If it's online, make sure the microphone, camera, all of the setup has been set up beforehand and that you aren't arriving late. Then you want to also be ready to start the interview around 5 to 10 minutes beforehand. So if an interview is scheduled at, for example, 11, be there at 10:45. I would say 15 minutes headroom is usually a really great impression. And then you want to know how to contact the interviewer in case you're running late. So you want to have a contact point. It's important to be able to reach out to someone, and also, getting ahead of things ahead of time is something that will give a good impression, but try not to be late if possible. So during the interview, then we will start with interview questions. So introducing yourself, explaining what the role or the training is going to be about. It may be a structured interview, which means there may be different parts to the process. Different people may take part in that. So just be fully flexible, fully aware of that, and don't stress the small things. These things are common in different companies. We have panel interviews, we have one-to-one interviews. It just depends. So before answering any questions, you might want to ask the interviewer to repeat the question, explain it further if you do not fully understand. Don't be afraid to ask, can you reframe that? Can you rephrase that? Can you confirm that again? It's important for you to answer as honestly as you can, but if you didn't understand the question, there's no harm in asking to repeat. And then we want to look at your own questions as well. So as I said before, it's important for you to have a set of your own questions. So interviews are two-way. They're not just the employer or the person interviewing asking you all of the questions. You also get to ask your questions. So that's a very important point. And then we look at after the interview. So after the interview, you want to remain professional, friendly. Just be who you are. There's no point putting on an act. So, generally people should be like that. But if not, you want to stay professional. And yeah, so that is that there. And then I guess it would be nice to ask, when you will find out about the role, if you're successful or not. And then you would also should ask about work patterns, arrangements. Make sure that that's all fully understood up front, so you don't want to have any surprises. And what to do if you do not get selected? Well, the first thing is disappointment is natural. is completely normal, and you're allowed to feel sad, you're allowed to feel disheartened, but don't let it hold you down for too long. So every step that you make towards trying to obtain something, trying to do something, that is one step closer to success. So don't let that hold you back. You may feel sad for a little bit of time, but don't let it kick you down. Don't let it stop you from continuing the search, from continuing to apply. It's important that we try our hardest, and it is a very tough market out there. There's a lot of people in the same situation as you, and if you're looking for a role that only has one headcount, for example, there's a lot of competition. It's a very competitive environment, so don't make it feel like it's something that you didn't do wrong. It's just, it didn't work out this time, and that's the mindset that you need to have. The mindset of, it didn't work out this time, I'm going to try again, I'm going to look for something else, something better is out there for me, and it's definitely going to work out at some point. Okay, so that is my overall tips. Now it's very general. Just wanted to give you a general understanding of that. Now, with that in mind, if you have any questions, as I said before, these type of sessions, they're not one-way streak. You feel free to ask away, and we are here to be your career advisor and giving you the tools that you need to succeed. Okay, brilliant. So I think we have a great overview, and from here we will not need to have too many sessions. From my understanding, looking at what you've given me and what we've done, I think there's going to be a great little bit of success that we're going to have. It won't take you long to find somewhere. Given your experience, given your interests and your flexibility, there won't be much challenge, I don't foresee. So, as I said, these things can change over time. So we'll take it one step at a time, but I don't foresee any real issues there. Okay. Brilliant. So thank you so much for coming in and seeing me today. It was really nice to spend a little bit of time with you. As I mentioned, these sessions will evolve as we move forward. We'll have more detailed discussions, and you will have more time to tell me a little bit more about yourself as well. So please don't take today as the final outcome. This is really just the beginning. Okay, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time, and I have another appointment coming now, so we're actually on time, which is fantastic. It usually starts off good, but from there is when we usually go a little bit overboard, but brilliant. Okay, well, thank you so much. You take care now, and wish you all the best of luck. Okay, thank you now.